Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Episode 23 deals with forms and names. A man goes to his office, being a boss, dresses himself, neat trousers, a good shirt, a nice tie, and sports with a coat wherever and whenever required for business meetings. People who look at him say, "You look really wonderful." He returns home, changes to dhoti. Whatever needs to be done in terms of a devotional form, he changes to that attire, sits and starts chanting Vishnu Sahasranamam. His child addresses him as father. His wife assumes him as her husband. His father treats him as a son. His business colleagues treat him as a boss. Here is the case. Same person has multiple forms. He goes in a coat suit, comes back and wears a dhoti. Here is a person who has multiple names. For his father he is a son, for his son he is a father, for his wife he is an husband, and for his colleagues he is a boss. Has that person changed physically? Answer is no. He remains the same. So, the question raised often in Sanatana Dharma is, why should we have multiple gods and multiple forms and multiple names? It serves a purpose. Our karma vasanas are varied in nature. Our desires, our longings, our association, our intimacy varies from person to person. Somebody loves forms as animals. The god therefore appears as Hanuman. Somebody wants a form which is half god and half animal. God appears as Lord Narasimha, as Lord Ganesha. Somebody wants God to be in a human form. God appears as Lord Rama, as Lord Krishna. Somebody wants gods to be seen in multiple hands, seated on a throne. Mata therefore appears as Raja Rajeshwari. Somebody wants to see a god as a Kanya, small child of 8 years old. God appears as Bala Tripurasundari. But remember, the forms will vary, the names will vary, but it is the same divinity, it is the same Brahman which occupies all these forms. Acharya says, take the example of Shiva. Shiva is possessed of 10 hands, showing 8 directions plus the 2 up and down, to convey the truth that he is omnipresent. Shiva has 3 eyes, representing the sun, moon, and the fire. A crescent moon is placed on the divine head of Shiva. Moon is to convey knowledge, and matted locks on which moon gets seated turns out to be pure knowledge. Take any form. Each form has a dhyana sloka. What we should remember well in our mind is, none of these forms or names are of less importance, or none of these forms or names are fake. All these forms have dhyana slokas portraying how the god or goddesses actually resemble. And minds, sages, rishis, acharyas when they meditate with absolute focus and concentration of this Dhyana Sloka, have indeed seen these forms in real life. For example, Jyeshta Mahasanidanam was taught yoga on 7 nights in his dreams by whom? None other than Lord Shiva, the Yoga Murti. Therefore, forms and names are indeed true. They are multifarious to satisfy the vasanas and desires of multifarious people. We chant Vishnu Sahasranamam. Acharya says, you chant Lalita Sahasranamam, 1,000 names. Does it mean there are 1,000 gods? No. It's the same God worshipped in 1,000 names, in 1,000 forms, and 1,000 divine aspects and wonders. Therefore, forms, it is immaterial how many are the forms. What is material is the form which you love, the form which you like, pursue it till your last. And coupled with this, Acharya also says the purpose of a Gopura. 2 people walk to a temple. One with a highly egoistic mind keeps boasting that he is indispensable in his system. Everything happens under his command. He is supreme there. Just at that moment, both step into the Gopuram. And the other friend just pats him to say, please see the height of the Gopuram. This man looks at the Gopuram and its height. And he says, the other man says, don't you feel yourself like an insect in the presence of such a big Gopuram? The man who was otherwise egoistic said, yes, I do feel like an insect or a worm in the presence of such a tall Gopuram. Then he says, replicate this all over the universe. This prapancham is so vast, so big, and who are you and me other than being a small speck? So don't have ego. When you worship a form, when you worship a name, do it with absolute humility. And whenever Acharya says, whenever you cross a Gopura, wait for a second, stand and see the Gopura so that it makes you humble. Shri Guru Pyo Namaha.